When and why would you consider doing inspections on your own home before you put it on the market? Hi, I'm Brendan Moran with 5 Star Real Estate. We've sold hundreds of homes over the years, so we have some ideas about why you might want to consider doing inspections before any buyers get to look at it. As a seller, you want to know what's going on with your house before you let a buyer make an offer on it. That's just our opinion. Because let's say this scenario happens. You sell your house, a buyer buys it, but it hasn't closed yet. So a buyer does a termite inspection and it's $50,000 to fix all the stuff, which we have seen. Well, the buyer's gonna say, hey, you know what? I want you to pay $50,000 to fix all this stuff or else I'm not gonna buy your home. But the problem is you, the seller, have already bought your other home. So now you risk losing that home if you can't get the current home sold. See my point? Or let's say this, you do inspections in advance and you need a new roof. Well, you don't necessarily have to put a new roof on your house. If it's a really strong seller's market, a lot of times you don't have to do anything because buyers are more than happy to just get the house and they'll worry about fixing it up themselves later. The important thing to remember is you don't want any additional financial impacts that you didn't know were coming when you least expect them. So what inspections are we talking about here? Well, there's 3 customary ones. There's a home inspection, there's a pest inspection, also known as a termite inspection, and then there's a roof inspection. All told, it's a couple $1,000s, but it's a great peace of mind and you'll end up getting more in the long run because if you don't get them, then a buyer's gonna find out about it and they're gonna use it as leverage down the road. A lot of times as a seller, it makes sense to do all of the health and safety issues and get it fixed because it just shows a buyer that you care and that the house that they're buying has been taken care of. A lot of times these are handyman type things. It's not gonna break the bank and it's well worth showing a buyer that your house is in good enough condition that they could move right in. Having inspections done in advance protects the seller, especially if they are in contract on their house that they're moving into, because it cuts down on all the problems which could come up if a buyer does their own inspections and finds out, oh, well, there's this, that, and the other thing that are wrong with it, and now I want you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, to pay for it. Another thing to imagine is that the buyer has a loan, and a lot of times the lender is gonna wanna see that some things are done, like say the water heater, or sometimes the pest work. So if you know all of these things in advance, it cuts down on all the problems later. Inspections show a buyer that you are serious about selling your home and you're going about it the right way. It gives everybody more confidence and it cuts down on all the time and the headaches that it takes to get your home sold. I'm Brendan Moran with 5 Star Real Estate.